Hi, my name is Owings, and this is a poem I wrote called Ron Hall. Lower class with hard work, education with fun to have, meets one of a kind. Time spent in the weapons support she gives her hand. Investment banking for the man, fine arts, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Expensive cars, big house, late night with an artist. Finding counseling, forgiveness, family hope, people with no hope. Union gospel mission, a dream, huge, angry, black man. Giving to the without, breakfast with a friend, growing the mission, God intervenes. A death note is played, prayer and more prayer. A fight, begging for healing, accepting. Relying on a friend, becoming a family. Writing the story, fulfilling a dream. That's all. So I just kind of wanted to write this poem and kind of go through the summary of Ron Hall's life and kind of the trials, tribulations he went through, and a lot of them he kind of caused himself. And we have to remember he's a man who went from a lower-end farm life to going into a kind of a completely different world of making a lot of money with arts and selling paintings, and we know he went down that road with the affair and eventually getting involved in the Union Station homeless shelter, which at first he hated homeless people because of interaction before, just going along with like building that relationship with Denver, his wife's passing, the struggles he went through there, kind of just like how him and Denver ended up wanting to share their story and impacting a lot of lives. And I believe Bryce is following me now.
My name is Bryce Nichols, and this poem is called The Story of My Life, told from the perspective of Denver. Thrown away, destined to fail, was born into slavery, and lost everyone I loved. Grandma, Papa, Uncle, this is an ode to you, for I will change my life, even if I fall first. Slavery lived through me for the first 30 years, until I had enough and decided to flee. To start anew, no idea where I wanted to go. All I knew was to change myself. I had to start fresh. Hopped on a train, no idea where it led. All I knew was it led to my new life. I arrived to the new place. It was called Fort Worth. No idea what it would bring, but for the first time in a while, there was hope. Reading and writing, what was that? Couldn't do either. No one would hire me. I was homeless, lost, hungry, cold, growing angrier by the day. I was scared. I had nothing. That's why I went home, to try and take what was taken from me. I ended up in jail for attempted robbery. Prison was violent. Violence everywhere. They made me pick cotton. I was back to where I started. Everything I ran from came right back to me. They let me go after 10 years. I went back to Fort Worth, homeless, having nothing. I didn't like people. They angered me. I had to clean, just to sleep on a bed. The Union Gospel Center was where I met my saviors, the one that would lead me back to the light. Ron and Deborah would become my saviors. At first, though, I didn't trust them. I thought they would be like the rest, be in my life just to leave me. So I requested from them that they will never leave me. They stayed, however, and with time came trust. I learned to love, I learned to believe, and I learned a new me. They taught me the love of God, that God can teach me how to live my life. Ron and Deborah led me to the light, and now I have a chance to thrive. My Savior became sick, the one that led me to the light. They say she had cancer. She eventually passed away from the sickness. I was heartbroken. I wanted to figure out why. But I also knew that she would want me to succeed. So I consoled Ron, and we stayed friends. He took me in as family. And finally, I felt as if I had finally let go of my past and started a new life where I can thrive. So that was pretty much the story of Denver's life. As you can see, he started with a lot of harsh upbringing. At the start of his life, he went through slavery, he went through a lot of heartbreak with family loss, homelessness, had no food or anything like that. So the fact that he was able to find those saviors in Ron and Deborah, they were able to show him the light. They were able to make him believe in God, and they wanted him to succeed just as much as they succeeded. And what was great was, just as much as Denver needed them, Ron needed Denver as well, because Ron didn't like homeless people, he didn't want to be around them, and he was overall just a wealthy kind of jerk. And so Denver was able to show Ron that they're people too, and he had a harsh upbringing, and that he wants to learn just as much as Ron wants to learn about him towards the end. And what was great is, by the end of the book, the person that brought them together, Deborah, while she passed away, they were able to continue their friendship, and they were able to continue to live on through her legacy and through God. So that's the story of Ron and Denver and how they coincided.